on with my life.
We'll worry about it
Can
in 4
we talk
years.
about something that's been bothering me? The Pube Fairy.
What are you even talking about?
Right.
So someone
Let it flourish.
A fan-
Chia. You know, like.
All right, dear Ray Ray. I figured Ray Ray was the best one to ask about this, being he is asexual.
Right.
Who the fuck submitted this?
Bodybuilders are one thing, male models are another.
There's a thin line, bro.
yeah.
There's a thin line.
It's about the size of a dick.
Oh my god.
If you weren't asexual, you would tear that
No.
booty up. Is that what you're saying?
I'll let him tear my booty up. Terrible, and I'm gonna enjoy the blowback on this, but that's because those are the jungle Asians.
Bicker Bots.
I don't know why I let you start the podcast every time.
That's a lot of pressure. I have to figure out the greatest way to say Bicker Bots, and it's like different every time.
You can do it the same
Nobody
every time.
helps me.
I mean,
Nobody helps you.
He points to you.
That goes against my-
He points to you, so I just assume that you.
Well, you've
got
done it once or twice.
Have I?
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Yeah, you screwed it up hardcore.
It's 2 words.
All right.
So welcome to an early bird special edition of Bicker Bots, where it's super early.
Super early. I'm actually not drinking on this one.
Huh, interesting.
So let's just jump right into the topics. Kylie Jenner breaks Snapchat. They lost $1.3 billion in stock value.
Is that what people were talking about? I was listening to the radio and they were like, Snapchat is dead. More after this commercial.
Is Kylie Jenner like Caitlyn Jenner's?
And I was like, what is Snapchat?
daughter?
Yeah.
Son?
Yeah.
You really don't know?
I mean, the name's
So there's
Caitlyn.
the 3 main whores.
Or
There's
Kylie.
like the one that's banging Kanye, and then there's
Kanye?
the one.
Hold on, did you just say Kenya?
And then there's the other one. One of them is actually cute, but she's married to like some weird white guy who's like a stockbroker and robs people.
Are the Jenners famous because they're like
We've
the
talked about this.
Kardashians? Oh, they're like the Kardashians, right? They're just famous.
No, that's the same family, bro.
Oh.
No, remember because it was the Kardashians. She was a whore, and then she married the husband who defended OJ, and then something happened to the dad, and then like the Bruce Jenner moves in, and they cut his wiener off, and then like everybody's becomes whores.
So Bruce Jenner is part of the Kardashian family?
Yeah.
Yes. Man, you are so lost on
I
this.
don't care.
part of me-
about
part of
this.
me-
I
no,
guarantee you, I'm not going to remember this. Like,
No, dude,
I don't
part
care.
of me respects you for being
I
able
just-
to like avoid the idiocy that is the Kardashian family. Kudos, you
Yeah.
know? Well done.
Anyway, so it's not. It was Kylie Jenner who said.
So
who
the mom-
cares about what? Why? That's,
Everybody cares because America's filled with sheeple.
That's
Truth.
wait enough to the point where it affected Snapchat's
Bro.
stock.
Okay, so this is what she said. She said,
That's so sad.
So you didn't see the Pepsi commercial with the little girl in it, did you? That almost broke America.
what?
See, he's so out of the loop.
wow.
I don't care
I'm
about
part
this.
confused and then part impressed.
I don't care about this.
Let me just give you a recap. So there's a commercial where there's like a race war in the streets, and the cops are out there in riot gear, and the little Jenner girl walks up with a Pepsi, and she goes, "Try this."
And she solves the race war with the Pepsi. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's the power of a good cola.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she said,
Okay.
so does anyone else not open Snapchat anymore, or is it just me? This is so sad. And Snapchat took a $1.3 billion loss.
That is their power. They have the power over the masses. You know what I'm saying?
That's so
If they
sad.
endorse something, America endorses it.
That's
if
so
they
sad.
shun something, you get this.
Yeah, she's good looking, but she's not that goddamn
just-
hot. You know?
like that again. Like that. Just like I can't believe that many Americans like hang on to her word that dearly that like it would affect. It has like a real world effect where a company's value drops. Like that's so.
they're
pathetic to
basically,
me.
if you think about it, they're basically
This is why I hate
American
people.
royalty.
God damn.
Aren't they basically American? They're the royal family, right?
The new
And that's
Kennedys.
where
But
our
they haven't
country is
done
going.
anything.
Exactly. That's where our country is going.
Well, the Kennedys were crooks. I mean,
Yeah, but they were politicians at the end of the day. They offered something to society.
Kanye's going to be a politician here shortly.
Come on, bro.
I mean, Trump kind of opened the floodgates for that, right? So
but
now
Trump is a product of this environment.
Right, true.
He's the natural progression of the Kardashian royalty era that we exist in.
Exactly. If
This is a whole nother topic I don't want to dive into because he's going to get reelected.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm very okay with it.
I'm not.
That's because you're a millennial liberal. Anyways, here's Kylie Jenner.
No, it's because I have a fucking brain.
No, that's myth.
Okay, so hold on one second. Don't move past this. So I'm okay with it, not because I'm a fan of Trump, but because as I look at the country now, it hasn't fallen to pieces.
And it's not going to. People need to get off that tip. Obama. People that fucking hated Obama.
Yeah.
Did he take your guns? No. Did he do this? No. He had missteps.
This person though, like I don't want this.
I can agree with that.
I don't want this to be a thing anymore. I'm so tired of like.
Okay, can you name anything he's directly done? That has
he's a retard. That's what he's directly done.
Directly affected your daily life?
Yeah. So what he's talking about is the fact that so the president is supposed to be a reflection of each one of us as Americans, is what he's saying on some level. You know, like I dig it.
Have any of your foreign friends said, "Hey, I'm not being friends with you anymore because of Trump"?
PJ, I do have foreign friends who, because of Trump's direct actions against immigrants and all of that stuff, he
hasn't done anything bad to the immigrants yet.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I mean, you're just straight up wrong at this point.
Okay, so what has he done?
Existed.
He's
That's not a valid argument.
His immigration policies have made it like almost impossible.
That's what I'm saying. Which policy are you talking about?
I don't know. It's the one that affects the H-1B1, like the visas. It's that one. I don't know which policy that is, but it was an executive order that he put out saying, hey, any immigrants who are on H-1B1 visas, it's this much harder now. Like, you know, you have to go through you have to jump through this many hoops, and it's basically impossible for a lot of current immigrants that were, you know, before the Trump administration, they were working here. Now they're all going. I know personally 2 people who have to go back to Korea because their visas just won't get approved. The companies have to do a lot more and do a lot more paperwork, money, like where all of this stuff just to keep them in. And they're like, no, it's not worth it. We can't keep you here. And it's not just like Koreans. There's a lot of foreign students and foreign like contributors to our society who are just getting kicked out because of this. It's not. I mean, like you act like things don't actually affect people, but they do.
No, I'm
just
not
because
saying
they don't affect you.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's like it's not a reality.
And we mean the proverbial you, not you, the douchebag.
Well, fuck you. God damn it. So I'm just saying, there's a ton of people bitch and complain. Nothing in their daily life has changed.
Right. And those people are they lack empathy. They lack the intelligence to see life from another person's perspective.
Great. So this whole visa thing, I won't comment on it because I don't know anything about it. And that's what you should do. If you don't know anything about it, you shouldn't comment on it. So I'll research it and we'll argue about it next time.
On a side note.
Argue about what?
On a side note, if you're listening to the podcast and you have liquor available, anytime Pac makes this sound, take a shot.
Anytime Pac says, we've already discussed this and we haven't,
well,
take a shot.
Okay, that's fair.
Anytime Pac asks to be explained what the Wolf Ticket Lottery is, take a shot.
Take a shot.
You'll probably be hammered.
Now I'm just never going to ask, even if I don't know what it is. Or I keep on forgetting what it is. I still don't know what it is. But
right.
So I threw Kylie up on the screen here.
Yeah. She's a beautiful young lady.
She is cute. She's cute.
How much of that is fake, though?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Like,
so they have a history of getting alterations done, plastic surgery.
So if I'm going to get plastic surgery done, I'm going to go a little bit bigger on the chest there.
But that's natural looking. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Oh.
But then again, this picture's clearly got some Photoshop going. If you would have pulled up like one of her Instagram pictures, you probably like, okay, and I like that up to the top right.
What ethnicity is she?
Well, they come from
Romania, right?
No, Albania.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. Armenia.
Armenia.
They're Armenians. So Armenians, I don't know if you know much about Armenians, but they don't look like that.
No.
Straight out of when you unpack an Armenian out of the box, they don't look like that.
They're usually much hairier.
Even the women?
Yeah, well, especially the women. That's why they're Armenian.
What?
Yeah. So they're that weird sort of Middle Eastern that looks European group of people. Armenians.
Interesting. Can you Google image
I was hoping. Yeah, can we Google Armenians?
We'll just find an Armenian. While I'm doing that, let's have the topic of, is there a difference between hot and beautiful?
Yeah. You can be hot, but not necessarily
definitely.
beautiful.
Yeah. Well, or the other way around, right? You can be beautiful, but not necessarily hot. Like, I feel like Natalie Portman is beautiful. She's not hot, though.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, like,
agreed. Yeah, hot is more of, it's like an
Megan
energy.
Fox is hot.
She's hot.
Yeah, exactly.
She's all, well, I would, Would you say she's not beautiful?
No. See, I feel like it's that way.
You could be both also.
Yeah. I feel like it's more like if you're
hot is like an image.
Yes.
It's like a persona. You put off this sort of energy.
Exactly.
Of
like
people want to be with
it's
me.
a sexual thing.
It is.
It's like a hot is like, dude, that girl can get it. Kind of, yeah.
I think Google's screwing us here. They're not showing any hideous Armenians.
Oh, is there like? Is it because Armenia is like going through some kind of revolution right now?
And all it does is bring up
Armenia. There pulls up a picture of Kanye West. That's weird.
That's
She's not Armenian, by the way. That chick's from Afghanistan. I've seen this picture many times.
So screw you, Google.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. So I've actually been to Armenia. I didn't get to spend the night, but I've stopped there and looked around. But yeah.
Okay, so back to a pack topic. The liberals want to remove man from everything. You can't be a fireman. You can't be a policeman. You have to be a firefighter, a police fighter.
Do you have to be liberal to agree with that?
Police fighter.
Do you mean a policeman?
Well, you can't say man.
Well, a police person. Yeah, the police.
Well, the joke is that they started with firemen.
Yeah.
Like, they're not firemen, they're firefighters.
Firefighters.
So
I got you.
Change everything to fighter.
Some of that stuff like
male fighter.
No.
I mean, like firefighter, I feel like just inherently sounds cool. That is a really cool Pickle Rick
Yes,
pop.
it is. That is.
What the heck? I'm so jealous.
I've seen that before. It's I don't like the dimensions seem off, but then somebody told me it's pop, so that's all the dimensions. But anyway, we just really bicker botted right into that Pickle Rick.
Sorry, my bad.
For those of you who don't know what Pickle Rick is, it's a Rick and Morty episode where the main guy transforms himself into a pickle, and then he has to fight his way up from the sewers to take on what is it?
A Russian
Albanians
mafia.
or Russians?
Yeah,
or
like
Czechs?
it was like a Russian mafia.
Right. If you've never watched Rick and Morty,
Please stop listening to the podcast.
no, don't listen to the podcast, but take a break to go watch all seasons of Rick and Morty. It's probably one of the greatest things I've ever seen. The first 2 episodes of the first season suck, but after that, it's amazing.
So while we're paying attention to the screen here and to try to be a little
what
current,
were we talking about?
Firefighters.
There it is.
I was saying that like firefighters actually sounds cooler than firemen and fire whatever.
Yeah.
But like again, I feel like people are grasping onto. First of all, I don't agree with this, right? Because I feel. What do you mean? Wow! Like
no, because that makes me feel weird. Because I do agree with it.
I don't care. Like okay, so like.
Do you have to turn in your liberal card? How's that work?
No.
Do I get to borrow it? Is that
like I can? No, it's not a liberal card, right?
What is it?
I was trying to think of something super liberal, but my mind came
what
up,
is it then?
My mind came
Drawing
up
a
with
blank.
Damn it!
It's a liberal.
Swing and a miss.
It's a liberal. Fuck. What's a really liberal thing? It's a liberal
Dildo.
kombucha card. Like I don't know. Like
There you go.
But anyways, no, I don't agree with this at all. Like this is stupid because like it's like you're putting so much importance on like the semantics, and I feel like
Labels.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
liberalism, though. That's what the liberals
it's
do.
not. Liberalism isn't about semantics. It's not about like hey, how do we properly label things? Actually, liberals are all about we don't like labels, right? That's like the whole like one of the biggest things. Like
He said
you
finally
don't put me in a box.
Finally,
right?
we get to the
the we as in like you guys have already
no
kind of
take-backs.
whatever.
All right, here's the thing. I feel like. I feel like when I think about all the things that women have had to endure, like, and I'm talking all the way back as far as history
like the beginning
goes,
of mankind.
Yeah. If they feel, I personally think that women should be treated equally, completely, like without any sort of hesitation. So if from the point of view of a woman, if there's a single woman that wants to be a police person or be police, but doesn't like the fact that it's policeman, then just take it away. You know what I'm saying? That person, that female wants to contribute to society in a specific role, but then feels as though she may not be wanted because of the title of it.
Don't you think they're a little bit too sensitive then
But
to
it's
actually
not
be
for
a cop?
you. It's not. No. I think there's some men that are too sensitive to be a cop. We've already talked about it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're a cop, but you don't want to get shot at. Get your pussy self out of the uniform.
I kind of see where you're coming from. Where the whole thing is like, why do we care so much? Like, just let them change it.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Like, it's not that role itself isn't defined by the name of that.
And
thing,
you may be preventing a bold, brave woman from being a cop.
But my problem with all of this is that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, I was just going to tag on there. I don't think you're a bold or brave person if you refuse to be a cop because they're called policemen versus police person.
But see, again, that's your point of view.
It's the correct point of view. Let's move on.
Yikes.
Okay, so while we're talking about the cops, I went back and forth whether or not we were going to talk about the school shooting or not. I feel to our 30 listeners, we would do them an injustice if we didn't. Did you see that there's 3 confirmed, maybe more cops that refuse to go into the school?
What? What?
Well, then
Why?
they should refuse to be paid a paycheck then.
Yes. So the three.
Hold on. Is this confirmed? Like actual?
It's
facts?
confirmed at 3, and they're saying there might have been more.
Like 3 cops. Okay, well, what's the context of this? Did they refuse to go in because they didn't know what was going? Like, or like, did they straight up say, "No, there's a shooter in there. I'm not going in."
That guy's got a gun.
Yeah, exactly. Like, was it that? Like,
They haven't released the exact reason why, but they're touting that there's some kind of department policy about them not rushing in, which is a shit policy in my book. And
I feel bad doing this, but do you know what the word touting means? Because it almost means like to brag about something. I thought.
yes. Whoa.
You were just going to let it go?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry. As you were.
Have you ever watched The Office?
Yeah.
You know Michael Scott? You know how he just misuses words and like all
People
the workers
just
have to
go
like
with
put on a poker face and just be
Yeah.
like, that's how you use that word. Yeah, like I've done that with PJ. I'm just like,
all right. I'm
all
sorry.
right.
As you were.
we can talk about grammar if you want and how it's a bunch of bullshit.
We can talk about spelling if you want, PJ.
Hey, I spelled Armenian. Go fuck yourselves.
Well done. Actually, Google auto corrected. I watched.
It did.
Did you mean? All right. What were you saying? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Fake news. Fuck 2 of you. Anyways, so supposedly there was like 3 cops that refused to go in, and there, someone had said that there's a police department or the sheriff's department policy is for them not to do it, and that's just a fucked policy.
That doesn't sound right.
Oh my god. There's a lot of like. Granted, from my liberal like perspective, I feel like a lot like the justice system regarding cops in our country is just way not okay. Like it's just really fucked. But so I have a liberal stint when I'm coming into this, right?
Stint.
Yeah.
Stint.
But at the same time, I do want to give like I always want to give like both sides like benefit of that, right? So I'm just curious, like maybe this isn't like as bad as the news is trying to make it out to be, like maybe now I kind of want to research this myself. Did 3 cops really refuse to go into the hospital to defend the kids when there was an active shooter going on? Like,
yeah,
event
so
going on? Like, did that actually happen? Because
that's actually happened.
They should be fired. They should be kicked off the foot. They should be ostracized from society.
So
Yeah.
I'm fine with them getting ostracized and all this other stuff, but kicking them off is if there's a department policy that says during an active shooter, this, that, and the other, you will not go in, you will stand by and wait for SWAT, then you really can't fire the cops for following department rules.
True.
But at the same time, it's a fucked up department rule.
No, well, it's not even that though. Like, I just question the integrity of these individuals then, because like you are a cop, right? Do you not have like a sense of, when you become a cop, do you not have like a sense of duty to protect the people around you?
Yeah.
So,
and if that is the case, you are situated at a high school. These are kids.
So what
right?
you're saying is and I think we're on the same pages. I would with the idea that I have about police, I would expect them to say, screw that.
Yeah.
I'm going in anyway.
There is an active
I'll
shooter
deal with it
shooting up
afterwards.
kids.
Right.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me?
So I can understand being the first guy and waiting for a second cop, but I can't understand 3 cops just standing there.
Yeah.
And they're getting blasted not by their own department, but by the other departments that responded to the school. They're calling these guys out. They're like, what the fuck?
I think America's like cop system is so fucked. Like it's so obviously like so transparently like a good like a what do you call it, like a good old boy system, right? Like where it's dominated by like it's just a group of like buddies kind of like doing what they like. One guy found out, hey, this cop gig is like a pretty sweet deal, like, and then like I'm gonna get my friends in, and then like that's all I imagine.
It's
the
a
cop
shit
system.
job. It's a shit job.
Granted.
You're dealing with other people's problems.
Sure,
Getting
yeah.
bitched at for everything.
Yes.
Most hated person until you're needed.
Right.
So,
I personally think that police are heroes. I do think that. But I think that there's a small percentage of them, like Pac says, that they're there for the wrong reasons. Either they're there because they couldn't get a job and they think it's an easy gig, or they're there because they're pussies and they want to hide behind a shield to convince themselves that they have some power. But I want to believe that the overwhelming majority of policemen are natural born heroes that went into that job because they feel as though they can protect people.
yeah. It would be great if that's the truth.
I'm curious as to if that's actually true, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, like it's because of the media, right? Like where we're like it's constantly reporting on like how much of a bad job cops are doing, right? So I admit that I'm influenced by that, right?
Well, sure.
But now I kind of do want to study. Like I want somebody to examine this, like a unbiased internal investigation. Like, hey, let's study corruption within the police.
Yeah, but you're smart enough to realize that the news is only going to show the bad incidents, right?
Right, because
otherwise
nobody cares about
it's not news.
Yeah.
So it's everyday life.
They've been blasting as they should. These cops, they didn't go in. But did you guys hear about the cop that caught the 5-year-old who got thrown from the burning
Didn't hear
building?
a single thing.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Somebody
yeah.
threw a kid from a burning building and the cop caught him.
Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
real life superhero
Not
shit.
going to hear that. That's not news.
So, anyways, as we move on,
Now, I feel like I have to, before we move on, I also have to say that, again, I also think that there are cops that should not be on the job. Like when I watched that video of Orlando Castile, I might be saying his name wrong, but to me, that guy should have never been, that's the one that was with his girlfriend and the daughter and the...
like what video is this?
Okay, so I think this is Milwaukee. It was a guy who had a license to carry his gun. He was in the car with his girlfriend and their daughter was in the back seat.
Can I ask what color of the skin?
Of the person? He was African American.
Okay.
And yeah, so he was nervous because he had a licensed firearm on him. And we've talked about this before, back when it was hot. But he went to get the license because he was nervous and the cop just shot him and he died.
In the car?
Yeah, in the car with his daughter and girlfriend there. And then she Facebook Live the whole thing. This is older news. We talked about it already. But I just use it as an example because that cop was clearly frightened before he showed up. He had a preconceived notion about African Americans, about people in a specific area. He was a coward to begin with. That's my point.
So yeah, okay, it's rough. It's that fine line you got to walk because there's other videos of cops telling people show me your hands, and they're getting shot in the face.
Who, the cops?
Yeah,
yeah. Right. I mean, there's plenty of both kinds of videos.
Yeah,
right.
There's both.
But the thing is, I think if
you want to be overly cautious, stick your hands out the fucking window. And just be done with it. I almost think that should be something you get taught when you get your driver's license. The second you get pulled over, put your hands out the window.
Have you ever been in a situation where you feel so much pressure and anxiety that it affects your ability to think clearly?
Exactly.
Right. Because I have.
Yeah.
So I know, like, I actually can recall those emotions and feelings, the physical part of that right now. So I can imagine being in the car with my girl and my child.
Right.
My instinct is to protect and keep them safe.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking clearly. Adrenaline's pumping. Fear.
Okay, so what were you taught as a child if you got caught on fire?
I was taught nothing.
You weren't taught anything in school?
Nobody sat me down and said, "Oh, stop, drop, and roll." You said, "Okay, school." Right, yeah.
There you go. Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we can't do the same thing with a police stop or when interacting with a policeman. Put your hands in the air. Put your hands on the window. Teach us from children on up, right? Make it a learned conditioned response. Yeah. That way there. And the thing is like, if a cop is taught, if everyone in the nation saw it, hey, when you get pulled over, you put your hands on the window, and every cop's going to expect everybody to do it. White, black, Asian, what the fuck ever. Right? And if you don't put your hands on the window, the cop is automatically going to feel froggy about it. And in this day and age with the body cams and the dash cams and everything else,
I'd still feel like, so again, if I bring this back to kind of like statistics and like kind of percentages and stuff like that, right? I'm again curious as to like, why is there such a huge fear among cops, or why is there so much caution among cops? Why is there a lot of kind of fear like input or instilled in cops about like everybody carrying a gun, right? How many is this such a problem in America where like civilians just have like all the civilians have handguns?
It's not that everyone carries a gun. It's why won't you show me your hands?
Right, but again,
the
that could be a number of reasons.
So much higher when someone says, show me your hands, and they refuse to.
Right.
So if someone says, the cop says, show me your hands, and the person starts refusing to, instinct kicks in, that guy's got a gun, that guy's got a knife, that guy's got a fucking screwdriver.
Right. So that's my question. So like how many, like compared to, those dangerous incidents compared to like the majority of, I'm assuming that the majority of the interactions that cops have are not dangerous, right? It's going to be regular interaction. It's going to be there's no,
it's probably a fair assumption,
weapons involved, right? So my question is why is that like small percentage being like treated as like every
because
single
it's
encounter
life or death?
So and that's my like, and I feel like that's the crux of my like kind of like what I'm confused about, because I think when you sign up to be a cop, right? Like it's kind of like, any other life risking job, right?
Right.
You are saying that, hey, I am okay with putting my life on the line.
Right.
My life is not the priority here. It's the protection of the people around me. That I am a protector, right? That is the idealism of being a cop, right?
What?
Okay. So yeah, exactly.
What do you mean no?
So
No.
And this is why I feel like there's like a clash of like idealisms here, because like a lot of people think like what PJ's going to say.
Guard mount, when the cops are doing the roll call and they're putting out what they're doing for the day and what the hot spots are, the last thing that's typically said is everybody comes home tonight. Everybody makes it back tonight.
Yeah, that does it. But I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. That's not a counter argument to what he's saying.
What I hear him saying is you should be prepared to lay down your life.
Yes.
Great. There's a difference between me running across a field or into a school to grab a kid and drag that kid out. And if I get shot, cool. I'm a cop. That's my job. But the other flip side of that is it's not, hey, I'm stopping this guy on a traffic stop. He might have a gun on me and shoot me. I'm just going to be okay with that.
No, that's not what anybody's saying.
Right. But, and I think the reason why there might be such a high incidence of this happening where like cops shooting that Orlando guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just completely innocent dude, right? Like the reason why that might be a problem is because there's like, first of all, yes, the people who are joining to become cops, better screening, right? Like we shouldn't allow. I don't know how you screen for cowards, maybe. Like I guess that's like a really big problem. Like how do you screen for like people who are inherently they can't handle that situation, right? Like they can't respond.
Psychological screening,
right?
So
but like
those guys usually get washed out during their first year with the.
But apparently enough of them make it in
with the training officer. That situation's a hairy situation because the guy told me he had a gun, which should have brought the cop down just a little bit. It should have brought his anxiety down a little bit. This guy's telling you flat out he has it. He's got the wife and kid in the car. You should be a little bit relaxed, but still on guard. I want to say in the video, though, the guy goes reaching back. They're saying for his wallet to get his ID, but at the same time, you can't tell a cop you got a gun on you and then reach.
Yeah, so what happened was the guy was telling him, the police officer was telling him to keep his hands where he could see him. And again, his brain was filled with all of these emotions and chemicals.
He's probably scared of the cop.
He just wanted to show the cop the license. And he was being very clear about it. Please let me, he wasn't saying, please let me show you the license, but that's what he was trying to do. He wanted you to see, hey, I have a license. I'm not a bad guy, but I have a gun. I have a license. And the cop was hung up on that the guy wasn't following his directions and he has a gun. Yeah. All right. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of beat this to death.
Yeah, that horse is neighing and dead, and we've tried dragging it to the river and won't drink, all sorts of horse analogies.
Okay, well,
it's a 3-minute long video.
While we're talking about horses, how about this one?
What is this?
You want to give some narration or you just want to play it? Well, the people listening to the podcast
we'll talk about it afterwards. Just give it a second here. Okay, so that's an Eagles fan. They won the Super Bowl.
There you go.
That's what there you go. What's that? That looks like horse shit.
Poop.
Oh my god!
And that's
oh my god!
And he just
ate horse shit. He literally ate horse shit
because his team won the football game. Let's eat some horse poop.
Pack feelings.
America.
Oh my god!
Reactions.
I feel like this makes sense to me that why a lot of people follow Kylie Jenner's opinions. It's because people are like that. They literally eat horse shit.
Is this payback for us making you watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
It was kind of. We were getting there.
Yeah, that's why we got to grease those lamp poles for people like this, the Philly fan poop eaters.
So, how about the Olympics? Anybody watch the Olympics?
Nope. I got better things to do with my time.
I've been kind of very on the fringe.
So I'm still amazed that people are watching curling and going nuts about it.
It
was playing on at work and I sort of watched and I was like, all right, that's kind of interesting.
It was kind of interesting. I was like, oh my god, it was Korea versus Japan and like the way that they were making comebacks against each other. I was just like, oh my god, these people have a lot of skill. This is amazing.
Yeah. So if you know anything about curling, Bicker Bots podcast.
Curls are for the girls.
At gmail.com. If someone can explain us the fucking rules, we don't understand the mops.
Or don't. I'm just not interested. The moment's passed. I watched it. I was like, that's interesting. And then I moved on with my life.
We'll worry about it in 4 years.
Can we talk about something that's been bothering me? The Pube Fairy.
What are you even talking about?
Right. Have you ever gone into the urinal and seen pubic hair on the urinal?
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure there's a fairy that comes by and he sprinkles those there. And if you pick one up, there'll be $1 under your pillow when you get home.
Oh, so you're rich?
The Pube Fairy.
Have you been picking up pubes?
Nah.
Are you is this curious to you because you're wondering how pube hair falls?
Well, I'm wondering, have you ever seen the pubic?
The
Pube Fairy?
Of course, yeah.
What does he look like?
Oh, the Pube Fairy. I thought you meant.
I bet you he's Asian.
Whoa! Whoa! Hold up! Why?
Because they have copious
amounts of pubic hair.
Pubic hair. That's a Korean stereotype.
I feel like we've already addressed this. All right, everybody has pubic hair. It's just that I don't know why, but the East Asian culture was like, nah, let it grow.
So someone
let it flourish.
A fan,
chia,
nice throwback.
A fan did submit a reason why the Koreans or Asians have worse.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
They said because theirs doesn't curl.
It's just
that is straight up untrue.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and take his word for it. He said that with a lot of enthusiasm. I'm just gonna leave that one there.
Okay, wait, hold on.
I think he had that one.
Now I'm confused, because. Granted, I haven't seen other dudes' pubic hairs.
Yeah, but you've seen Asian pubic hair before. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Exactly.
Mine.
So I trust you as an expert.
No. So now I'm kind of curious because I mean it's not
PJ's
super
only
straight.
seen Mexican pubic hair.
Yes. I like to pull the heroin out of it.
Wait, so is pubic hair really curly? Because my pubic hair it's not curly. It's not straight either. It's not like you can't like brush into luscious locks.
I'm mildly uncomfortable by this conversation.
Wilds and I are staring at each other, hoping that we can change topics.
I'm super curious now.
Yeah.
No, wait. I need this answered.
This is the first time
we need to Google image this. We need to Google image this.
This is the first. I am not Google imaging Asian pubic hair. This is the first time that you have made me uncomfortable. I'm just gonna be honest.
Okay,
bravo.
I'm gonna point.
Points.
Right there, points.
I would really like someone to go to the bags, please.
Hashtag
I mean,
points.
Jesus
bags. The Wolf
Christ.
Ticket Lottery. Oh, here we go. This guy wrote a freaking. Do you see the size of this thing?
Yeah, there's a highlighting on there.
Kansas woman reportedly sued by bank after ATM dished out $100 bills instead of $5 bills. I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah, she went to the ATM 50 times and kept making withdrawals.
How's that her problem?
Oh, sure. It's not theft or anything, right?
No.
Wait. I'm sorry. What did you say?
All right, so here's what happened, right? She went to the ATM like a normal person, right?
Yeah.
And then for some reason, instead of $5 bills, it was putting out the wrong currency. It was giving $100
excellent.
bills. Right. So what did she do wrong? She received your error?
Exactly.
Get out of here.
She exploited it and kept going back.
She did nothing wrong.
Exploiting. I feel like she didn't. Okay. No, she did. Okay, after the first time she exploited it. Yeah.
Yeah, she went 50 times.
But the first time she wasn't exploiting anything. That was just a bug in the system, and she happened to be lucky. All right.
She kept going
Second
back.
time, yeah, she's exploiting the bug.
It's the ATM lottery.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, she got sued though?
Yeah. You want me to read some more? There's
by the bank?
She got in trouble, bro.
Yeah, that's called theft.
She's facing a pricey lawsuit after a bank accused her of making dozens of withdrawals, was dispensing $100 bills instead of $5 bills. The Central National Bank in Wichita claimed. I'm trying to read just the important and pertinent
I know
pieces.
it's illegal, and
She
I know
made
it's
more than
theft.
50 withdrawals.
Well, honestly,
Big ups.
I don't know if I could I know this is in terms of legalese and all this is considered theft, right? But I just more power to you, girl.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She probably had she's probably I'm gonna go out on a limb, and she's financially not that well off, she needed this money, and I
have questions.
Was she a minority as well?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
I have questions. So she did this over the course of 5 days. Does that mean she was the only person to use that ATM over the course of 5 days? And more questions. Why did the bank not realize over the course of 5 days?
So you know how the ATMs work, right?
I hit buttons and money comes out.
Right. And they don't go out there until it's filled again. Or it's empty. So the guy goes back out there and refills the money in it.
It's feasible that.
But you wouldn't a bank employee see people dancing in front of the ATM?
Literally,
and be like, hey,
making it rain.
What's going on over there?
Leprechaun. All right. Okay, the medal count. Does anybody know who won the most medals?
Yeah, Norway.
Don't care.
Norway. They said Norway's got the population of Chicago, and they whipped
they
everybody's
got
ass.
nothing else going on.
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, they're in a fucking they're in so
Norway.
far up north that skiing is it isn't a. That's
how they get to work.
I know exactly. It's how they get to work.
Yeah.
That's not. How's that surprising?
I'd like to apologize to our Norwegian Americans listening.
Deeply. I would deeply like to apologize to them.
The immigrants.
So don't let me forget, but we got another Dear Ray Ray. I love the fact that people are sending these in. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
I'm not okay with this.
Why do you want to save it? Why not? That felt like a natural
you want to do it now?
pivot point for Dear Ray Ray.
I have a cool little.
Okay, fire away.
She-Hulk versus Wonder Woman.
I'm going to go with She-Hulk.
Yeah, I'm going to go She-Hulk as well.
Does Wonder Woman is she allowed her sword and shield?
Yes.
Then Wonder Woman.
See, that's the thing, bro. These people always forget, and I know I've said it before. If you're listening, and you should be on shot number 3 right now, if you're just counting packs. But anyway, so the Hulk generation, that whole thing is anger fuels their power and exponentially increases their strength. So my thing is She-Hulk. What are you doing, bro?
Oh, I could have swore I turned. Stop.
So unprofessional.
I'm recording a podcast.
Wow. And now you're a part of it. All right.
Okay, but anyways,
so yeah, that's why I say She-Hulk.
And that's I take that into account, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do it here in a second.
So with the that was 4.
Yeah.
With Wonder Woman, I feel like if this was like, okay, Wonder Woman, you're gonna go against She-Hulk, right? Wonder Woman she's a warrior, she's a trained, and if this is like to the death, like she knows what to do in order to kill the She-Hulk, right?
Yeah.
She knows that the She-Hulk, the longer the fight, the more prolonged the fight is, the stronger she's gonna get, right? So immediately, what is she gonna do?
Finish it
Like, and she has a sword, so she'll just decapitate her. Boom, done.
You know what? I feel like a sexist because I know who the Hulk's alter ego is. I do not know who She-Hulk's alter ego is. Does she ever change back?
It's the
Wasn't it
Hulk's
Betty-
cousin.
Yeah.
It's
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I feel bad because Pac knows a comic book
she was
that I don't know.
She was dying of some weird disease, and they jacked her full of some banner blood.
Banner blood.
I'm so sexist. I should have known that.
But she doesn't have like all the problems.
But then like the kids, Banner's kids, they're like pure Hulk monsters.
Nice.
Wait, Banner has kids?
We talked about this in the Logan spinoff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they don't change back into humans. They're like straight up.
Yeah,
Hulk
the
people.
She-Hulk, she's permanently green. She doesn't have a human.
Oh, she doesn't?
Yeah, she doesn't have a
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
And she's a sex symbol, and she does like modeling shoots and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
she's
cool.
actually
That's
pretty
dope.
cool. Yeah, she's actually pretty cool.
Okay, so I
She's a
want
lawyer.
to tout Bicker Bots here. We're on all the socials.
Nice use of the word. Nice use of all socials. He can be trained. Well done.
I just did that to shut you the fuck up.
Well,
Anyways, point is our last episode, Bicker Bots Fried Chicken.
my favorite.
It's an excellent episode.
Pac, if you listen to one episode, just listen to this one. It's perfect.
Even if you just listen to the first 3 minutes, you'll just die.
It's
But
hilarious.
the point is we had an effect on the world with that episode.
Oh.
Did you hear about this?
No.
Bicker Bots Fried Chicken created a run on KFC chicken.
No, it didn't.
We created a chicken shortage.
No, it didn't.
Oh, you're so full of crap.
No, it didn't.
See, I'm actually listening to you, trying to like see where you're going, and then you just pulled this out of your craw.
It's right there. KFC apologizes for chicken shortage. Do you not see the connection? We released an episode. It's called Bicker Bots Fried Chicken, and all of a sudden there's a chicken
So you're
shortage.
saying
There's
we're
a
the
basic concept.
we're the Kylie Jenners of podcasts that nobody listens to. Is that what you're saying?
Everyone. They're just not counting as downloads or liking the fucking Facebook page. But I like the idea that we caused this.
All right. Now I want KFC.
That sounds like a natural break. So we're going to go ahead and slide in a quick promo here for our podcast brethren.
Now a word from these dickholes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
With all the gaming sites full of editorials and fluff pieces, it can be hard to stay up to date on the news from the gaming industry. The Sometimes Geek podcast is a quick and easy listen each week that covers the major headlines and the occasional review, with thoughts from an everyday gamer. You can find us at sometimesgeek.com or on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Pac, you ready for your Dear Ray Ray?
Sure.
He looks super jazzed. He's pumped.
I'm just like, I feel so why is, I hate you guys for doing this, you know, okay, whatever.
I think they only do it because it's Ray Ray.
I know, exactly. It's, okay, what?
You sound like a distinguished old black man who has all the answers.
I thought I sounded very much like an Asian dude, just from the voice alone.
No, I mean Ray Ray. The name Ray Ray.
Is Ray Ray a black name?
Yes,
been over
we've
this.
covered this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Take your shot now, people.
I have terrible memory.
Anything that Pac doesn't remember from a prior podcast
It's a shot.
and you remember, go ahead and take a shot.
All right.
All right, Dear Ray Ray, I am Jesus Christ. I am 19.
Jesus Christ.
I am 19 and love my boyfriend a lot.
Oh.
He is very sweet and would do anything for me. All right, we're following. However, I'm beginning to think there is someone else.
Uh-oh.
All right. That someone else is male. My boyfriend has become very secretive lately with his phone, and I've noticed him following a lot of male modeling accounts on Instagram.
He wants the D.
Should I confront him about it, or am I overthinking things?
This is amazing.
I figured Ray Ray was the best one to ask about this, being he is asexual.
Right.
Who the fuck submitted this?
Why add that last part?
Okay.
Well done, sir. Points.
How dare you?
All right. So what you got, Ray
I'm the
Ray?
least qualified if
Save
I'm
this woman's
asexual.
life.
Well, you're the closest to a homosexual, so
Okay. I'm just gonna gloss right over that.
he's not arguing.
Because I wasn't in the right mindset to retaliate against that.
You're trying to get your Ray Ray
God damn it.
hat on.
So I think she needs to access her own crazy side, and unless she sees more evidence of, because here's the thing, you guys, well, I'm gonna assume that you guys also look at male bodybuilders, all right, and stuff like that. I'm like,
Not the same thing.
These are male models.
I mean,
Okay, hold on.
No.
Let's just recap.
No, it is the same
she
thing.
says
It
he's
is
been
the same
following
thing.
a lot of what websites?
Male models.
Male models.
Oh, just models.
Yeah, Instagram male models.
All right, that's
right?
not gay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not gay, bro.
Hey, I think is
Yeah, you sound loud because you're screaming.
okay. That's what I'm saying. Like that by itself isn't cause
That's
for
not
concern,
gay.
right?
Maybe
like,
he wants to be a model.
Sure, right? Sure, but at the same time, women have intuition, right? Like they have like this like
Maybe. Not all of them. Some of them are just dumb.
I mean, she's 19.
They're humans. You know
she's
what I'm
19, so I don't.
okay. Here's the thing. I feel like because like she felt like there's some distance growing between them
Yeah.
or whatever, right? And she's trying to correlate that with him looking at male models, right? I'm saying that there might be something there. The male models thing is not necessarily like the thing. Like he's not necessarily gay, you know? Like
No, this guy likes dick. That's the end of that.
why would you say that though? Like
How many male models do you follow on Instagram?
I don't
lot.
really use Instagram, and
lot.
none.
You follow male models?
like he was saying, bodybuilders. That's
No.
all my Instagram is.
I'm going to say bodybuilders are one thing, male models are another.
There's a thin line, bro.
yeah.
There's a thin line.
It's about the size of a dick.
Oh my god.
Thin Asian dick.
Asian dicks are. I don't think they're known to
It's
be
not about
thin.
the-
it's
it's
the
about-
girth.
it's
It's so
the
like
girth.
Asians have girth,
Yeah.
not a lot of length.
Disgusting.
We've been over this. It's like a pencil.
Too much Asian penis talk for me.
I know. Like, why is there so much focus on Asian penises? Like, I feel like that's not literally. There's little to talk about there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
A pun. I see what you did there. But what I'm thinking as I'm listening to you terribly give this young lady advice is maybe she has an issue where in her mind, the only thing that could cause her boyfriend to leave her is another penis. You know?
Oh,
because she's that hot.
Yeah.
she's that hot.
Oh, you know, I didn't even think about that. You're right, but she's 19, so yeah. Like very. Yeah, that's
In my
that makes
mind,
sense.
she's hot.
Oh, she's 19. Come on, like.
Hey, that's legal.
Yeah, that's very legal.
You're not going to
Still,
guilt
that's
me.
19, dude. That's
not even
gross.
borderline.
That's
Are you kidding
That's
me?
gross. Yeah,
No.
you're like what 40? Like that's disgusting.
I am like 40.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like
that's
I'm like 42, but that's the only reason I started teaching.
42. Are you really 42?
He meant
No,
40 as well.
I'm 40 as well.
Okay.
But it did come out like you're super old.
No, that's creepy. You guys are creepy. Like you guys are like, oh, I just imagine you being like this
Something
retro
happens.
soul, like you know, just
something
like
happens where if the day a woman becomes an 18-year-old person,
no,
she's
stop.
on the market.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
If I'm
my
70
God.
and she's 18 and she's into it, that's on her.
Oh my
It's
God,
stamped
you guys.
USDA approved.
Legal.
No,
Legalize it.
No.
Nom, 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 nom,
That's
nom, nom.
gross, dude. You guys like there's that's like
It's
Okay.
fresh.
So at what age are you allowed to start pouncing on sweet young poon?
I feel like 10 years prior, like if
oh, you're only
The-
allowing
the-
a 10-year gap?
You're out of
yeah.
your
Oh,
freaking
you're out of
mind.
your fucking mind. Why do you think
Why?
I make money? I don't. That's ridiculous.
So does that go both ways then?
yes,
So the oldest chick you'll go with is like a chick that's 10 years older than you?
and 10
ageist.
years younger than you?
Ageist.
And you're what, 28? So you can bang an 18-year-old.
wow, you think
Well, that's
I'm
just not
28?
fair. You're 25?
30. Well,
Oh.
29, but
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was off by fucking 6 months. God damn. All right. While we're talking about people banging people, Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando hooked up.
what?
We talked about this already.
We
What?
didn't talk about it on mic. We
Oh.
talked about this.
Really?
Again, you can't.
Do you know who
rely on
Marlon
my
Brando is?
Yes, I
Do you know who Richard Pryor is?
He wasn't he a comedian?
Oh, God.
That's weird to me. Why would you know who Marlon Brando is over Richard Pryor? I feel like Richard
Marlon
Pryor would be
Brando
like,
was a lot more like he was a huge actor, wasn't he?
Oh.
He
what
was
would you think Richard Pryor was?
Godfather.
Okay, I got you. So this speaks to the genre of things that you like.
Sure.
Richard Pryor was like one of the most famous comedians of all time.
Yeah, that's
who
what I said. He was a
spawned
comedian.
Other comedians.
I knew he was a comedian.
Okay, but he's also an actor.
Just sounds racist.
He did a lot of movies with
Is that
Gene
Richard Pryor?
Wilder.
Yeah, that's Richard Pryor there.
Yeah, he got caught on fire.
I don't recognize him at all. Actually,
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen any.
Watch
him
his
in
stand
anything.
up and you'll still laugh today.
You've never seen Harlem Nights?
Nope.
The toy?
Nope.
How?
Nope.
How have you not seen Harlem Nights?
Probably because I wasn't born when that movie.
Shoot you in the pinky toe. Oh, you were Marlon Brando's movie. You're a big fan of those.
Godfather. When did that come out?
The
The
80s.
70s?
Oh, did it? Okay. Never mind. Never
Harlem
mind.
Nights, 89.
Yeah, that was like I was a year old.
Well,
I'm gonna shoot you in the pinky toe.
let's see here. Godfather was when?
Godfather's Pizza.
Let's see here. Showtimes. What the
Oh,
fuck?
wow.
72.
1972.
Oh, it was even older. Oh my. Okay, well, okay, but The Godfather is like it's widely regarded.
classic.
As, exactly. Like
Yeah.
you got to watch The Godfather.
I see your point.
But the best part about this here is they let's see here. They talked to Richard Pryor's wife.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, the
She's a
original
chatty
thing,
Cathy.
They hooked up? Marlon Brando and Richard Pryor hooked up?
And his wife's just blabbing, running her mouth about it.
So they were saying that Marlon Brando was so smooth that he could fuck anybody or anything.
I could believe that. Have you seen that guy?
How the fuck can you believe that? The youngest I've ever seen Marlon Brando was in like Superman, the original one.
Look him up in Streetcar Named Desire. Like that guy is like he's sculpted
he could get
by
it,
the
huh?
gods. Yeah, he's sculpted by the gods.
You're disgusting.
What? No, I'm just saying. Like he's a very handsome individual. Like just like again, like
if you weren't asexual, you would tear that booty up. Is that what you're saying?
I'll let him tear my booty up.
Wow, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
If you think that you were the wrong person for that dear Ray Ray,
and by the way, you still haven't answered that. I'm just saying.
What should she do? Should she get rid of him? Should she keep him? Should she strap on?
Don't let him.
I don't know.
Come on, dig deep and give her some advice. Pretend she's your sister. What are you going to give her? What's the advice?
A strap on?
She's
your sister.
If she was my sister,
a 19-year-old version of your sister. Okay, there you go.
Get rid of him because you're gonna go through plenty of dudes. This is just one of them.
Oh, she's gonna plow your. Never mind.
So wait. So that's Ray Ray's professional advice. Go out and whore yourself around.
Right.
See if he cares. Yeah.
Moving on.
I never claimed that I was a good advice columnist.
It's not what the advertisement says.
Yeah, I'm not the one putting out the advertisement, am I? PJ. Oh, what kind of advertisement are you putting out there? We've got a great asexual who has like just the deepest insights into your sexual life.
I thought you said you haven't seen the ad.
Oh wow.
Deadly accurate.
Right.
Deadly accurate.
Cost me $10 a month to put that out there.
Anyways, back to what I'm comfortable talking about, Marlon Brando.
Oh man,
that guy can get it. Like seriously.
Holy tits.
No, I mean, okay, no, like
you've made your point, all right, and you've made my skin crawl.
You want Brando's dick? We got you.
Right. But I think so. Here's what's interesting about that. She was saying that Richard Pryor had experienced so many things that he was bored with life and felt he needed to try banging a dude because he was bored. Was that the gist of it?
Here, I have the actual quote here, right?
Okay.
Brando used to go cha-cha dancing with us. He could dance his ass off.
Cha-cha dancing? Is that an 80s thing? I feel like that's an 80s thing.
Cha-cha-cha.
I think the new term is salsa.
Like a Spanish dance, isn't it?
So he could dance his ass off. He was the most charming motherfucker you had ever met.
Did she say that?
I like this woman. I like this woman already.
Sounds like he hit it. She hit it too.
He'd fuck anything. He'd fuck a mailbox, James Baldwin, Richard Pryor,
talking about
Marvin Gaye. All right.
Well, everybody, anyways.
And then she says,
"Was Marvin Gaye gay?"
I'm pretty sure.
Isn't that why his father didn't his father shoot him or something?
Yeah.
What? What?
Okay, so then we go down here.
Died? His father shot him?
I think so.
Oh my God.
It was the 70s. Drugs were still good, especially Quaaludes.
I'm going to stop you right there. I think drugs are going to be good in perpetuity.
Yeah, exactly. The drugs were still good. What does that even mean?
If you did enough cocaine, you'd fuck a radiator and send it flowers in the morning.
Does cocaine make you horny?
I would assume so.
I would assume not.
Yeah,
I thought it's just supposed to make you really energetic and focused.
And
or is that Adderall?
Well, if I had coke on me, I would have fucked that broad in the bathroom that time, and I would have been able to tell you. But
yeah.
Wait, so she was talking about Marlon Brando or Richard Pryor
or coke
or coke?
I think she was talking about Pryor being high on coke, fucking anything.
Oh,
because he ended up on crack. That's how he got caught on fire.
Yeah. Let's see here. What? So some lighter news here. The Game of Thrones guys.
I feel like actors these days are not as nearly like
nobody
fun.
is.
Social
media has killed everything.
Yeah,
rock stars can't be
why
rock
don't
stars
we hear
anymore.
About, Brad Pitt, doing too much cocaine and setting himself on fire
because he's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, he's got enough money to fucking build walls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the guys that do Game of Thrones are going to direct a trilogy of Star Wars films.
I'm pumped.
I'm all for it.
Well, it's not the directors
trilogy?
I want. Yeah, it's not the directors I want. It's the writers.
I think
I want the writers.
How many trilogies is Star Wars planning?
Oh, it says
All of
write
the
and
trilogies.
produce.
Because I know that Ryan
Solo?
Johnson, right, the director of the previous,
The last one,
he is set to direct another 3 trilogy.
Yeah.
And that's another trilogy, I'm assuming, and then this is another set of trilogies.
Well, the trilogy based on the Star Wars, the main storyline, right?
So
I don't know.
This trilogy is supposed to end the
Solo, and
so these 9 are supposed to be the Skywalker.
Yes, the
set,
Skywalker
right?
saga. Yeah,
Yeah, Skywalker.
the Skywalker bloodline, because
Yeah.
the main guy's gone, right?
yeah.
So they're going to do away
Luke
with
is
this.
finally dead. Yeah,
Finally.
So this will end, and then they'll spin off a couple more. But they're going to pump one out a year. If you think that Disney's not going to crank one out every year,
we've talked about this. I know we talked about this, but the fact that Disney is slowly starting to become the world, that's kind of what you like that.
I love it.
Oh my God, that's just scary to me.
let's see here. Did anybody see the LeBron James thing?
No.
So some ESPN writer, oh Jesus Christ, some ESPN
Reuter?
yeah, writer.
Reuter.
Fuck you, people. He spoke out about something. She said he should just shut up and dribble.
Yeah, he's a basketball player. He should shut up and dribble.
I did not expect that from you.
Okay,
this is what I expected.
Yeah. We don't go to basketball players for sage advice.
You're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
But if somebody asks him for his opinion, why is he not allowed?
I think nobody asked him.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So shut up and dribble the ball.
Again, but another thing is like, so let's say he's not just a basketball player, right? LeBron James.
To me.
How's he
he's not just a basketball player, right?
So what else is he? Is he a firefighter?
He's
is he
a person
policeman?
too.
So if you guys would let me finish talking,
is he an
instead
icon?
of constantly interjecting, like I could make my point. But I guess we're not about making points here, right? It's just about interjecting and being fuckheads.
Well, it is where the looming threat of
fuck. Go ahead, finish it so we can move on.
I think he forgot his own phrase.
Yeah,
it's where conjecture meets the looming threat of imminent violence.
God damn it.
And it's our phrase. Embrace it like you've embraced your liberalism and asexuality.
Asexuality.
No, I haven't.
And you've embraced your dyslexia.
Seriously,
and
stop saying I'm asexual. It's like destroying me on the inside. Like I'm not asexual. All right,
it's your choice though. You could stop at any time.
A woman's right to choose.
Stop what?
Being asexual.
And I'm saying that's not even a thing. There's nothing to stop PJ because it's not true at all.
So being that it's not a podcast, it's an intervention.
Nice.
Wilds and I have no problem with you sucking dick. You just tell everybody that
I don't want to talk about this.
Well, I have no problems with it. So you can be yourself if you want. If you like that dick, have that dick.
These are low balls.
All right.
Let's move on.
Okay, so we think LeBron James should not be talking out, I guess.
No,
he was going to explain it. Go ahead.
My point is, so LeBron James on the side, like he's not just a basketball. He does like a lot of charity work for like inner city stuff.
For
like,
the Asians?
Okay.
No, like, no, dude. Just because the Asians don't really tend to live in the inner city.
Oh. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Anyway,
I think that's not true though. Didn't the movie El Camino touch on the people of Vietnam descent who
You've never seen El Camino?
Who helped
Not
fight on our side?
It's Gran Torino.
Gran
Torino, sorry.
Yeah,
and then they immigrated over, and then they sort of became impoverished after that.
This is gonna sound terrible, and I'm gonna enjoy the blowback on this, but that's because those are the jungle Asians.
Holy tits!
They're not the trifecta of the Korean Japanese.
Is that a thing?
What? That's a huge thing, dude. Like Asians are so racist. Are you kidding me?
Asians are racist?
Oh yeah, Asians
my
are
God.
drastically racist.
I always heard that the Japanese are racist, but I never seen it.
Well, the
I've seen
Asians have
Koreans are racist, yeah.
and the Japanese.
I've seen the Koreans be
the
racist.
Japanese have done some of the worst racial.
No, I'm talking about the
atrocities.
I'm talking about
ever
the current
committed.
Japanese, not the old Nazi Japanese.
If you can wrap in xenophobic with racism, yeah, they're incredibly racist.
I'm talking about how Koreans do like blackface stuff.
So do Japanese.
No,
Oh
not
yes.
currently.
Oh yes.
Okay, maybe you're
That's-
right.
that's
I can't say
completely
that.
true.
Yeah, well, I've only seen the Korean
And it's because of this of xenophobia. It's because they don't. There's no cultural relevance in that country. It's like what's wrong with doing blackface? Like there's no like
Right.
like significance.
not
Yeah,
there.
exactly. The stigma. There's no stigma there. So
Right.
I mean, it's still racist, but like,
It is.
So while we're trying to do current events, did anybody see Fergie destroy the national anthem?
It was so good.
that was terrible. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how much I rewatched it and laughed my ass off.
Okay, try to be quiet here for a second.
The mic's not going to pick that up.
I hear it. Basketball players can't take it seriously either.
What was she thinking on that?
So she said she was doing an artistic take on it, and it wasn't for everyone.
Jazz artistic take. Like she was trying to make it jazzy, which I have a question. Why does everybody who sing the national anthem have to do their own thing?
You got to put your own stank on it.
Exactly. Like it's a fucking anthem.
Yeah, just
right?
sing it.
Just sing it.
Sing it the way it
I
comes
know.
out of the box.
God damn it.
Do yourself and my country a favor.
Have you seen Jack Black's rendition of it? Perfect.
Jack Black?
Yeah, Jack Black.
Are you fucking serious?
No, I mean, yeah. So, like, go ahead and look him up. He's a great singer. You know that he's a
He's a musician.
Yeah, I know Tenacious D. I love the song Tribute.
exactly. And he's a great singer. Like, he has a great range. Like,
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
There's a lot of entertainers that are multi-talented.
Do you know like Hugh Jackman, for example? Like,
He's a singer?
he's a showman. So he
Australia. You ever seen that?
no.
Dude, you're going to have to stop this. This is going to sound like literal piss on the audio.
It will not.
You never listen to me when I tell you things that are intelligent.
Yeah, he sounds decent.
Okay.
I'm shocked.
Right.
Hugh Jackman. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
He's got the thing coming out.
That movie's out. The Carnival one.
Yeah.
So it's Barnum and Bailey.
That's actually his personal like passion project. That The
Yeah.
Greatest Showman, because Hugh Jackman, his personal love is like Broadway theater and stuff like that.
can
That's
see
like
that.
what he originally like wanted to do all of this for. And I didn't know that. Like apparently, like he's a great showman. He's a great singer. He can dance really well. And like I'm just like, that's not fair. You know, like you can't have all of these good qualities in one dude. That's like just like, for example, have you guys seen
You're gonna go gay and talk about how ripped up he is and everything too.
Childish Gambino.
What? No. Oh, him too.
He's got all the talents
exactly.
too.
That's another good example. But no, I was trying to think of a counter example to that, where like Ryan Gosling.
Philippi?
Ryan Gosling. No, Ryan Gosling in that one, the LA movie, the LA musical.
LA Noir?
No,
Driver.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. That movie was fucking horrible.
You're crazy. I
The
love that
Repo
movie.
Men.
Oh my god, that movie was
Screw
fucking
you.
shit. I tried watching it twice because of all the hype.
Are you kidding me? Oh, you don't like musicals though.
Nobody does.
Nobody does.
I like
Except for Hugh
musicals.
Jackman.
I like musicals.
And you.
I love musicals.
His name's not
actually.
Ryan. What's his name?
Ryan Gosling.
Is he the one from that?
Yeah.
Oh,
But what I was trying to say is like he's a great actor, right? He's like
One of my favorites.
well respected, but he's not a good singer, and he's a questionable dancer. Like
La La
they
Land.
La La Land. Thank you.
Yeah. It's
And they
fucking
display
horrible.
That,
Yeah.
They display that like on like full in La La Land. Which I'm like, good. You're not good at everything.
Yeah.
Yes. You know,
Yeah.
like that's how the natural order of things should be.
so I feel that this episode's been basically Ray centric, anyways. We'll just get this out there. So we did. This is a legit fan request. Could you read that last one there?
Ray Ray's got fans. He don't want to acknowledge it, but Ray Ray's got fans, man.
B-Day shout outs to Michael 35.
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
Give Michael a friggin' birthday shout out.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Michael.
birthday, Michael 35.
Well, can you say it like you mean it?
Happy birthday, Michael 35.
Not Michael 35. It's his 35th birthday. Jesus.
You're ruining this for Michael.
God, he's an actual fan. He says you're the best part of the goddamn podcast.
Happy birthday, Michael. 35 years old, I guess.
You don't want to say thank you for being a fan?
Thank you for being a fan.
Thank you for being
I'm
a
not
friend.
good at this. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this.
Asexuals.
Can you just say thank you for being a friend?
Thank you for being a friend.
Travel down the road and back again.
I don't understand what just happened.
Rock 'em.
Saga.
Go fuck yourselves.
What was that? What was that?
A classic, and at the same time, progressive. Bicker Bots. Bravo, Saga, go fuck yourself.